All right, sorry. I like this clip. This is just open because it was in my recommended, and I just like to rewatch things that I like. This is from a...
Beep. I can't believe this story you're telling me. It's macabre.
It's macabre. All right, so this got recommended to me. I'm just going to watch it. CBS Pittsburgh, Anthrocon happened this past weekend. I would have gone for the first year ever in my life to Anthrocon, but my brother's wedding was that weekend, so sorry.
Welcome back. If you're downtown this weekend and you see someone with furry hands and a tail, please don't be alarmed. Anthrocon has returned to the Steel City.
Much to the delight of so many. It's a unique convention where
See,
people dresses.
This is what makes Anthrocon interesting. Is like the city loves it. All the businesses love it. The fucking people love it. Like they do part of the con like outside, like just in the fucking downtown Pittsburgh, and people just fucking love it for some reason. So yeah.
Friendly, larger-than-life furries, and they've crashed the PTL studios to bring the fun straight to us.
John P. Cole is the public outreach director for Anthrocon. So, John, good morning and welcome.
Anthrocon is also known as like a very PG con. They really like. There's some cons where it's just like, yeah, whatever, wear fucking like kink gear or whatever. Like, we don't care. This one is like strictly like no. But what makes that kind of funny is there's now, okay, let's see if I can find footage or maybe a picture. Yeah, so there's now someone known as Fiona Murray, otherwise known as like Big Titty Horse. Can I not find like a good picture? Oh, is this considered a controversy? Okay, someone made a video as if it's like a, maybe it is a controversy. I don't know. But Fiona Murray is like a very busty fursuit, and it's one of those things where it's just like, okay, well, they didn't ban Fiona, which is good. Not saying they should. They shouldn't. But it's a very, how do I describe this? It's definitely pushing the limits of like what is just a regular. Olivia, can you just put a picture in this video of Fiona Murray? So, because I can't find one right now. I'll send you one later. But it's definitely like pushing the limits of, you know, like, here's the thing. If you could imagine a real person walking around like that, which there's evidence of that, then, you know, if that's acceptable for public, then that, you know, then why not a fursuit? The exact same thing. Why not the exact same thing, but a fursuit? If normal human beings can get like breast and butt implants and stuff and not be banned from being in public, who gives a shit?
Good morning.
I see you brought some friends with you.
Who's here with you?
Yeah, she has a Captain America alt for the suit.
From left to right, we have Murphy, who is a local Pennsylvanian. Mill Fox, who lives in Central Florida. This is Coast Husky. He lives in Virginia/DC.
No one got mics.
area. Fuma, the otter, he is in North Florida.
I love how he memorized all of these names.
And this is Daryl. He actually lives in Germany.
Daryl, why is your name Daryl? God, that's not a good furry name. What are you doing? Are you even a furry?
Oh, wow.
Daryl.
Wow.
My name's Adam.
Come a long ways.
We have representatives and attendees that come from all 6 inhabited continents spanning over 40 countries.
That's fantastic. How long have you guys been in Pittsburgh, and why Pittsburgh, really?
We've been.
Oh, so this guy's a part of the con. Never mind. I was like, oh, he memorized their names. No, this guy's also a furry. They brought one in human form.
In Pittsburgh since 2006. We actually started in 1997 in Albany, New York. After a few years, moved just outside of Philadelphia. And then after our hotel was just mysteriously sold.
This fox shows up everywhere, and sometimes he has like a symbol, like a drum symbol.
And raised. Visit Pittsburgh came out and said, hey, how would you like to come out here?
Yeah.
Long story short, the answer was yes. And
wait, Pittsburgh asked the furries to come to Pittsburgh?
That was 2006. We've been here and haven't looked back ever since.
Are these auto-generated?
Wonderful. And I know only a couple of you have microphones on. Who are we talking to?
So
Murph?
Murphy.
I have a microphone.
Murph,
Hello.
how do you travel with this? I know you're from Pennsylvania. But
I am.
Have you ever had to fly with your fursuit?
Very often, yes. Sometimes there are conventions in Europe.
The audio crackling is kind of funny.
There are conventions all around the country. This is a local convention. I live in Clarion, Pennsylvania.
The lav mic keeps like brushing up again, like, and also the muffled. It's in the wrong spot. So like, they should have just stuck the lav like in his fucking head or something.
Yeah.
The Fox News interview had great audio on the furry guy with his suit on. They had great news in that interview. Olivia, show clip, please. So I'm actually, like, when I see this interview, I'm impressed that they mic'd him properly and gave him, like, a lav inside.
Yeah, that's
the
true,
head.
because it doesn't sound, it's not all muffled.
He doesn't sound like Cool Cat.
It's almost like Fox News is the best news channel.
To be dressed up as here.
It's the only trustworthy news source.
Fair and balanced.
I'm a raccoon.
And why are you dressed up as a raccoon?
Why are you like this?
Well, isn't it fun?
For you? You tell
No,
me.
you idiot!
And just great. Just kind of slap this in a bag, and we're
I say please because sometimes I ask for things and you just put nah on the screen.
good to go. You know?
And I'm interested, Murph, how did you get into this line of work? Like,
So
how does this all start?
So I came into this as a cartoonist, and I just love drawing cartoon animals, and I just started learning more people that were kind of into the same thing. So I figured, hey, share my love with other people that have similar interests.
That's fantastic. I mean, really, this is a celebration of what you all love so much. And so it's...
I love how these four without mics aren't really given anything to do other than to show like there's more than one furry that exists, and so like every time something's said, they have to kind of like over exaggerate their actions, like yes.
celebration of
this-
what you
this
all
green
love
guy.
so much, and so it's a persona. Is that what you
Yes.
told me before?
Yes. So
Yes.
most of us go or
The green one is so much more like there's so much more movement with that than the other ones. It's so funny. There we go. Now we can see the furries properly.
known by a nickname.
Right.
We call it a fursona. It's a furry persona. A lot of the times we don't even know our real first names.
He's got to clarify what he meant. A lot of the times we don't even know our real first names, as in we don't know someone else's real first names. Not we don't know our. That was a funny way to say it.
It's a furry persona. A lot of the times we don't even know our real first names, person to person. That's just because we're online all the time and we use those nicknames.
We are perpetually online.
I do know all these people personally, so I know their real names. But yeah,
You have to find out their names if you're visiting them, and you know you're gonna get grilled at the border, and the border guards asking you things, like, "What are you doing here? Visiting a friend? What's their name? Snuffle Fluffy Butt? Nope, you're not allowed in the country. I'm sorry."
it's a really warm and welcoming community. It does span the globe.
Oh my God, is that fucking Chester Cheetah, but not? My goodness.
Yeah.
You're going to have a lot of people in. We're going to have a parade on Saturday at 2 p.m. Roz, we're
Hey, that's a cool
really
suit.
depending on you to make sure we don't have any rain.
Ron, the pressure's on.
We
Pressure's on.
we need sunny skies at 2 p.m.
We can't have rain in fursuits.
No, that
I would have gone this year, but my brother's wedding was the same weekend.
Absolutely not.
It works.
Speaking of fursuits,
Yeah.
I mean, I asked you earlier, do they order these on Amazon or where do they get them from? Because
Yes, they order. Sorry. I don't know if okay. If you've seen my video where I'm like talking about where I react to the Joe Rogan thing, I'm pretty charitable when it comes to like people who are not furries not knowing certain things about furries, because like, you know, if you're not a part of it, there's some things you don't know. I don't know if I can say like that would be something you could even say seriously. Like, what do you mean? Do you order them on Amazon? Do you really think that anybody does that? I don't think. that's like, yeah.
Great.
they're pretty elaborate.
They are.
Yeah.
If you take a look at them, we actually consider them pieces of wearable art.
Yeah.
These are all one-of-a-kind costumes. There is no off-the-rack place that you can purchase a costume such as these. The prices have increased.
Although I will mention one thing: the more furry you are, the more you notice how like some makers, like, you know, a lot of them you see like the same face everywhere, and you can kind of tell what the maker is by just looking at the face because they have the same like kind of mold. I prefer like more unique faces, but I don't know what the logistics are in terms of like if I were a fursuit maker, how much different I would make each face. Like ideally you could just match it to what it looks like on the character's ref sheet or something, but I don't know. Maybe it's more complicated than that.
Increased quite a bit. Some due to inflation and just
Like this is a pretty unique face here. This one's a pretty unique face. I feel like I've seen this face before. Is that a made for you suit? Did I correctly know the fursuit maker by looking at the face?
some just due to these are very intense creations. They take a long time to build. They're sculpted.
But I don't know. I could be wrong. I have no idea.
And then created. They now
You don't think so? I could be bad at this also. I could be bad at it.
start somewhere around $6,000 to $8,000
Wow.
for a full bodysuit, and can go all the way up to $20,000 plus.
And I know, John, you were telling me just about the impact that this has on our area. I mean, you guys are bringing in a lot of business.
When you say it could go all the way up to $20,000 plus, what you mean is it could go all the way up to more than $20,000, which is kind of a redundant thing to say, but I understand the intention behind it. I'm just being very semantic here.
To support the city.
We'd like to think so. We've been told by Visit Pittsburgh that since 2006, Anthrocon is responsible for depositing over $80 million into the Pittsburgh economy. This year alone, based on us.
You're fucking welcome, Pittsburgh. You're fucking welcome. All right? We own you now. We own you.
Having over 10,000 people pre-registered with an estimated attendance
I'm being silly, okay? Shut up.
between 12 and 13,000. The economic impact is probably going to be between 13 and 14.1.
Did he just get bored and leave? What is he doing? Sorry.
13,000.
What is he doing?
12 and 13,000.
Sorry, I need to figure out what the hell this guy's up to.
10,000 people pre-registered with an estimated attendance between 12 and 13,000.
Huh?
The economic impact is probably going to be between 13 and 14.1 million.
That's fantastic.
Good.
All right.
Oh, they're supposed to leave one by one.
Here in the
Parading
back,
around the
they're
studio.
parading. Yeah, are we
Around
going to
the
get our own personal parade?
We
Is that what
might.
it is?
There's no rain in the studio.
No.
Thank you.
We also want to say a big thank you and congratulations to Becky. She was really great to us.
Yeah,
So
we love
everybody,
Becky.
big furry thank you to Becky.
Yay, Becky!
Becky!
Well, thank you all so much for coming
Yeah.
in. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
You've really brightened up our day.
really has.
This is so much fun. All right, our Fursuiter friends will be at Anthrocon at the Convention Center until Sunday, July 2nd. If you want to join them, just go to the PittsburghTodayLive.com with the webpage, and we've got all the information there.
What were they told to do? Why did it happen that way? That's very weird. Yeah, so Pittsburgh loves the fucking furries, which makes it an interesting con. Yeah, so even though, like, you know, the adult aspects of the con are kind of like, that's not happening here, even though it is just at room parties, which kind of made me not want to do Anthrocon for the longest time. Just hearing about how, like, you can kind of just participate and the city's like into it, that makes it kind of sound like an interesting experience. So I might do it at some point. And like all of the local businesses surrounding Anthrocon will have like furry themed menu items and like furry, you know, stuff to just get people to spend money at their business, which is kind of cool. It seems like something that would be cool. Yeah. So I'll go someday. We'll see when that is.
Thanks for watching. Here's the patron list for June 2023. Andres Avila, Easy Game 69, Nico Fuentes, Joel999, Wriggle Moss, Speak of the Joker, No Rope, T King, Salive88, Trouble Man, Sammy Newton, Orange Juice Slurper has a tumor in her head the size of a peanut. Yup, yup, yup. Caden Mack, Charisma, the Super 1 player, Zachary Kane, Gillyflower, Mandel Bro, Purple Fire, Gabriel Herrera, Hoofy Doe, and Lemonade Warrior is participating in the hit game Among Us and is considered the encroacher. Happy Pride, everybody.